If this city was a king.
Hello everyone, and welcome back to a returning series of SCP Investigation. Yes, it is that time of the year where I will redo my series of studying SCPs. Today I had a very special one for you guys, especially during October, and that is SCP-173. One of the most popular, probably the most overrated, but still, in my strongest opinion, one of the most scariest SCPs to ever exist. And I will tell you why. One thing, and that is the preying of the concept of disbelief. See, something that really makes me shudder about this SCP alone is its mere presence. Just the way it is portrayed and executed really shudders you to your deepest core. I mean, for instance, ladies and gentlemen, we as human beings have always lived into this bubble of society that people have made for us. We have people we genuinely care for, we have people we love, and we have people we hate. We all work under this systematic, mechanical influx of society, you know, of itself, and civilization as we know it. But what happens when we're suspended outside of civilization? How much do we really know what's really out there, especially inside of our world? And I don't care what you say, we don't. We have no absolute clue, or are certain of the things that are lurking in the dark especially. Until we realize how heartless reality is, then is the presence where we start exploring into the horrors of the unknown. This SCP completely, honestly in my mind, focuses and symbolizes this entire aspect and why we fear the unknown so much. Just think about it for a bit. You know you've had it. There are some days where you feel like there is something behind you. So of course you turn around completely expecting that there will be nothing, and lo and behold, there is nothing. The problem is that you'll keep expecting the same thing, but you will always have that little bit of dread. You always have that bit of hesitation before you turn around, because what if it is actually there? That is the problem. This monster is undeniably horrifying, because it could be right behind you at any time. It's just that it may either be too late, or you may see its presence. It never moves. It uses your own visual disbelief and your intuitive awareness against you. The slightest eye movement will make it come after you and snap your neck. And especially the way it is portrayed as a monster that cannot be defeated unless constantly stared at. Something that always lurks in the shadows, always present, ready to strike again when the moment is open. I don't know what you think, but honestly, I pretty much know that totally sums up the entire basis of unknown terrors always being there, and you keep telling yourself you're completely safe, and that there is no such thing as these certain creatures lurking in the dark. There's always the process, always that hanging, painful doubt of what if. And maybe just because of your disbelief alone, it would be too late. Well, that was my attempted interpretation of SCP-173. It has always been a favorite ever since I was a kid, with many other SCPs along the lines kind of just, I guess, fading to obscurity. Since I'm growing up to be, you know, more of an adult with more, I guess, higher standards when it comes to horror. This is a perfect example of the psychological horror, especially taking the Weeping Angel aspect and kind of experimenting on it a bit more. Volume 2 will probably be me exploring the SCP-173 site and maybe talking about it, trying to give my take on what I feel. Other than that, yeah, that's kind of the end of the video. Bye.